To you and welcome on this most perfect evening for a game of football. Conditions are absolutely splendid and the folk of this town have come out in their droves for this match. Why wouldn't they? It is an ideal circumstance for what could be an ideal game. Everybody has been attracted to it. It goes for goal! Great idea, just poorly executed.
Well, it could have been and probably should have been a different choice of finish. There was lower space to hit.
Arthur. Titi. PK. Arthur. Nelson Semedo. Vidal. Arthur.
There's a lot of movement going on. There's no shortage of options.
So I guess they're looking to play around their opponents as opposed to through them.
Yeah, the style is designed to dominate the ball, and so you dominate your opponents.
There's a long ball. It's out of play for a goal kick. And the referee has brought play back and showed him a yellow card. Titi. Jordi Alba. Too much on it, and that's the keeper's. Barcelona to retain the ball, but are seemingly in no rush to break forward. Floats one over. Thinks he's got rid of that. Looks to clip it forward. Diving header! Great effort. He flew in with courage.
A good attempt. The ball was at a lovely height too.
Precious little by way of goalmouth action yet. It's been intercepted and that will come to nothing. And it's Griezmann. Now it's Messi. Vidal. And the counter is on. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Tries to get it forward quickly. And there's the end of the first half. Both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. Interesting half, just missing goals, so don't be surprised if the second half brings a change to the scoreline at the break, 0-0. We're promptly into the second 45 minutes. No score in the first half, who's ready to go for it now? And it's played forward. Oh, no, that's not the ball he wanted. Nelson Semedo. Arthur. Well, into the second half, and it's still goalless. Semedo plays it long. Forward it goes. That'll be a throw-in. There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Griezmann. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection on what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal, simply because respective defences are going for goal!
Oh, that's a terrific save from the keeper.
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra-sharp.
Barcelona making consecutive changes here. They've played it short. Another corner. Any better luck this time round? There's going to be another change here. Hits one! Good stop. That wasn't easy.
Well, you can't ask for much more than that. A difficult moment he simply had to deal with.
And the finish! Rakitic gets good distance on it. Look at the goal! He scores! And late in the day, a telling moment.
What a great finish, but how about the touch? It just allowed him to put the ball exactly where he wanted it, and the rest became a formality.
Colo get themselves into the lead.
Look, I just think they've kept at it, got their reward. Now they need to hang on to it.
And here's Suarez. And here's Messi. Tries a shot!
Messi clearly became one-eyed then. He just decided to force it.
Minutes away from what would be a huge upset. And the weighted pass. Semedo cuts it out. Nicely measured pass. Titi with the clearance. That intervention was very necessary. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. What a game. End to end, it flew by. And so off we go then. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Samuel Umtiti. He's a very fine defender, of course, but it's what he contributes offensively that I find very impressive, Peter. When he plays in his favourite left centre-back position, he's able to use the fact that he's left-footed to step away from the press and just stride upfield, lifting the tempo and getting his team moving.
The scourge of so many strikers. Jordi Alba. And he's got the ball glued to his feet. Jordi Alba proving impossible to wrestle off the ball. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Good run, ultimately thwarted by an astute piece of defending. Crowd appreciates good football all round there. Hit long and direct. Well, he acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
Yeah, the idea was right, the delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Oh, good take in a good area, and the shot! It's in! That was easy, almost too easy.
Well, he made it obvious as to where the pass should be played, Peter, and it made the finish look that bit easier. Colo
Get themselves into the lead.
And that ought to be the trigger for a really exciting and entertaining game from here on.
Arthur, and it's played forward. A buccaneering run from the defender. Lovely bit of skill. Swung over into the middle.
Oh, it's die-hard defence and the willingness to put his body on the line. Very impressive.
And it's Griezmann. Real chance! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Well, you can't ask for much more than that. A difficult moment he simply had to deal with.
Messi with the short one. Here comes another cross. Battles to win it back. Barcelona are experts at this stylish possession-based game. It's Griezmann! Oh, a chance to break. Just needed to be better than that, and he knows it. He's played him through. The ball needed to be better there, it's a wasted chance. And the first half is done. And here we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It is very, very tight. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Colo clearly are benefiting from their homework. They've dealt with anything that's been thrown at them and have been smart on the break.
Colo leading 1-0 at the break. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Colo carrying a one-goal lead. Could move up a gear here. Just brushed off the ball there. He came in hard, very hard. No complaints about that challenge. Robust, but fair. Gets away from his opponent.
Titi just did a brilliant job there. It was one of those all-or-nothing commitments, and he came up trumps.
Titi, your impression so far, Jim?
They're ahead, but they're not playing as if they are. There seems to be more of an emphasis on protecting their lead than adding to it. It's all gone a little timid.
Griezmann, and the shot!
Barcelona are definitely going about this the right way.
Well, hit and hope is just about the sum of it, isn't it, Jim?
Just has to be done.
Oh, he's gone for it! Wanted to outwit the keeper, but a shade off target.
Well, it could have been and probably should have been a different choice of finish. There was lower space to hit.
now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. It's going to be a double change then. Titi. PK. Hardly anything between the sides, and the score is 1-0. Cuts it out. Jordi Alba gets it back. PK. Roberto. And it's Vidal. It's a promising ball. Oh, sweet feet.
Barcelona have a simple task to find something sustained now and keep the pressure on.
Well played, he saw that coming. Done very well to intervene. And the referee brings it to a close. Terrific contest. It really might have tipped either way. So it's down to business here. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Who else but Lionel Messi? I don't need to tell anyone what he's capable of. Some critics don't rate him as the best player on the planet. That's because the Argentinian, for me, is on a different planet.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. Arthur. And here's Griezmann. Griezmann with the foul. Plays it out to the flank. Looks to dink one in. Timely intervention. Beautiful, intricate passing. They are toying with their opponents.
Well, they know that their version of what they do is extremely good. I mean, it's a level of possession that leaves the opposition chasing shadows.
He goes long. It's a brilliant interception. Forward it goes. Has he picked him out? Messi unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
Well, we don't even need to look at this.
And he has been fouled there. Tries to dink it in. Cuts it back. Arthur. Oh, good interception. And here's Messi. And he's shown him a clean pair of heels. Tries to get it forward quickly. And the weighted pass. In towards the middle. We hit half-time, and both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. Any strong opinions on the first half?
It's been a pretty abject performance. No efforts at goal. I'm struggling to remember the last time we had that.
And after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change perhaps after half-time. And we're already back underway here. No score in the first half. Who's ready to go for it now? Griezmann looking to get on the end of this. He's left his man. Griezmann. Oh, well played. He's taken that really cleanly. That's one way of trying to make things happen. There's a few who could follow that example. Looks to thread it through. Deftly done. That intervention was very necessary. Griezmann. An adventurous run from a defender. He's got the ball glued to his feet. It's a fine challenge and it goes his way. The defence got the better of him this time, but I'm sure he'll go again.
Well, you could see he was eager to get a shot away, but there was too much flesh and bone in his path.
Very well to intervene. Barcelona keeping their men at arm's length here.
Yeah, I just think it's a conservative move to deny runners the opportunity of going beyond that rear guard. Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Goes long.
Colo showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
Vidal. Needless to say, he was expecting a better ball than that. Both sides a bit lacking in intent. And here's Messi. Griezmann!
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw.
And that is that. Well, it looked 0-0 from a fair way out. A little craft or guile or penetration. There's the whistle, and here we go. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Gerard Piqué. He's just about the toughest opponent you can imagine when it comes to one-on-one tussles, Peter. Pretty much unbeatable in the air or on the ground. He's also very comfortable on the ball and quite adept at picking a pass, whether it be long or short.
Yeah, I must agree, especially in view of his... that's a foul. Simple decision for the referee. And here's Griezmann. He came in hard, very hard. Strong challenge, but well within the laws. And the through ball is intercepted. Now it's Griezmann. Forward it goes. Barcelona are working the ball as only they can.
Yeah, Peter, and it's a style that requires players of high-caliber technique to move the ball about quickly in tight areas.
Can he deliver? And the cutback, it's one! Nicely Sonoda. All a little short of forward momentum, lacking thrust. Well positioned to make that interception. Hoists it forward, cuts it out. Colo couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. And it's played forward.
Griezmann really just wasn't quick enough then. Well, his thinking certainly wasn't. Didn't make use of what I felt were some very good options.
Vidal. Can't get the better of his opposite number. It has got through to him. With a delicate ball. Oh, that is asking for trouble. We hit half-time, so the other team has broken through. But certainly not going to want to try. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goals. An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. We're promptly into the second 45 minutes.
Well, that first 45 minutes didn't deliver as we'd hoped. Lots of effort, but a lack of quality with the finishing has left us hoping that someone can step up and produce something a little more magical.
Arthur plays it forward. Vidal. Battles to win it back. Dashing forward at pace. Looks to thread it through. Back to the keeper and try something new. Just ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Now it's Messi. Nelson Semedo. And here's Messi. Swallow. He's gone for it! It's off target and by quite a way.
Do I really need to tell you, Peter, that he has to do better, especially from there?
He's got options out wide. Semedo gets good distance on it. But there's going to be another change here. Whipped in. Shade too heavy. Keeper can pick that up. Vidal. And it's Messi. Rakitic. And here's Suarez. Oh, the ball's come loose!
Barcelona merit full marks for their attitude and application in trying to win this. It means an awful lot, obviously.
That's a throw. Time for a change in personnel.
Yeah, he's run himself into the ground, hasn't he? And it's good to see that the crowd appreciate his efforts because he has put in a real honest shift. Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb. That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Titi. And here's Suarez. He's left his man. This has gone, that's a foul. And that is it, the referee has seen enough. And stalemate. One, if not for fans, then perhaps for coaches. There's the whistle, and here we go. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Marc-Andre ter Stegen. He's got everything you'd want from a top-level keeper. Great shot-stopping, but also a very cool head and a good organiser. What's more, he's very happy to play sweeper-keeper behind that defence, mopping up loose balls before picking a pass and get his team on the front foot again.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. Barcelona are working the ball as only they can.
Yeah, Peter, and it's a style that requires players of high-calibre technique to move the ball about quickly in tight areas.
And the counter is on. Plays it out to the wing. Looks to clip it forward. He's had a go! Piqué gets into a dangerous position. Defenders on the back foot. That's a decent ball. Timely intervention. He acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
Ter Stegen gets good distance on it, and it's been taken straight back. Vidal did well to step in there, that was more than necessary. Hoists it forward, receives it from behind. He's found his man. It's a brilliant interception. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Needed a better pass there. Dinks one in. The first 45 minutes are up. Both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Unspectacular, but solid, and that solidity could yet be the foundation for them to go on and win.
And after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change perhaps after half-time. The game has already resumed here. 0-0 then, and we're back underway. PK has been caught there, it's a foul. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Nelson Semedo. And it's Dembele. Hit into the middle. Goalless still. Neither side really getting onto the front foot. Well played, he saw that coming. Going through. Oh, what a ball! It's got through. And it's played forward. And he's cut it out. Ter Stegen sends that a long way. Griezmann tries to stroke it through. Semedo does well there, alert.
This defence just doesn't trust itself to play a higher line.
Frightened of people getting in behind.
Yeah, absolutely. It just opens up the opportunity of not only strikers getting behind, but the runners from midfield too. Barcelona showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
And here's Messi. Cuts it out.
Barcelona merit full marks for their attitude and application in trying to win this. It means an awful lot, obviously.
Titi goes looking. Arthur. PK.
Time is ticking away, and they're playing as if they're defending a lead. They've got to get it up the pitch.
And there goes the final whistle. Well, it looked 0-0 from a fair way out. Little craft or guile or penetration. Defence is largely untouched. So off we go then. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Samuel Umtiti. He's a very fine defender, of course, but it's what he contributes offensively that I find very impressive, Peter. When he plays in his favourite left centre-back position, he's able to use the fact that he's left-footed to step away from the press and just stride upfield, lifting the tempo and getting his team moving.
And shoots! A real chance and a real let-off. Titi, Arthur, Nelson Semedo. Vidal, foot in, and he has been fouled there. Barcelona are experts at this stylish possession-based game.
Well, we're talking tiki-taka.
Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. He's got options out wide. That intervention was very necessary. Arthur. Still goalless. Vidal tries to get it forward quickly. Promising move that. Good inroads into enemy territory, but no joy. Piqué drives it forward. Fall a little short of forward momentum, lacking thrust. Needless to say, he was expecting a better ball than that. Titi. Arthur. Hoists it forward. Done very well to intervene. And it's played forward. Messi. Ball's loose, who's getting there? Messi has it in a wide position, so what next? Forward it goes. Plays it out to the flank. Needed a better pass there. The referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not going to want to try. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. How would you review the first half?
Unspectacular, but solid, and that solidity could yet be the foundation for them to...
Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Titi. And it's Vidal. Messi. Now a chance to break. And he's going long. Jordi Alba gets into the right position to intercept. Arthur. Vidal. Griezmann! A great save, real class.
Well, as tests go, Peter, the keeper has just received an A+ grade.
Oh, good interception. Arthur. And it's Messi. And here's Griezmann. Messi. Tries to get it forward quickly. Now the breakaway. A really good feat. Header! Oh, not the best of headers.
Well, he did get himself into a good position. Something for him to cling to.
Titi. Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection on what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because respective defences have been strong.
He gets past his man. Jordi Alba has been caught there, it's a foul. Titi, Barcelona really looking like men possessed. They need to if they want to win it.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
Just needed to be better than that, and he knows it.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Well, they could break here. Coming on the right now. What's on? Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, it looked 0-0 from a fair way out. Little craft or guile or penetration. Defence is largely untroubled. It's goals. And that gets things running. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Of course, Antoine Griezmann. He's got a bit of everything, Peter. Speed, great technical ability, and the priceless gift of being able to make all the right decisions at the right times. Personally, I really like the way he can always take a little touch to give himself that half a yard of space he needs to get a shot away, and he doesn't miss too many either, does he?
Yeah, the easiest way to make it. Going for goal! There it is! Given such an open invitation, he was always going to shoot.
Yeah, it looks simple, Peter, but it requires intelligent use of space and good understanding to pull it off.
Colo take the early advantage. There has been just the early goal here, and the score is 1-0.
That's just very well played. He can't hurt you with his back to goal, and he didn't go for the back heel.
Griezmann had a shot! Had everyone off their seats.
Griezmann nearly produced a moment of magic. He knew the strike was pure.
Great run on the overlap here. Going through. It's a fine run and he's happy to keep going. Up he gets! They've done it! Hot knife through butter. They have done it again. What a great header. Got plenty on that.
Well, look, it's often the timing of the jump that dictates what you can do with any header, and if you get it slightly wrong, then you'll struggle. But that was beautifully met. It really was.
So that's 2 now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Arthur. And here's Messi. And it's Vidal. That's beautiful, intricate passing. They are toying with their opponents.
Well, they know that their version of what they do is extremely good. I mean, it's a level of possession that leaves the opposition chasing shadows.
Has a look and has a go. Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Another example of how comfortable this team is on the break.
Some good work on the right flank. Now, what's next? Great run this, he's covered quite a distance. It's offside. Yes, it is. Keeper sends it forward. Plays it out to the flank. And it's the goalkeeper's to claim. Jordi Alba. Griezmann. Jordi Alba. He's there to... And the shot! He's scored! Deep into first half stoppage time, a crucial goal. Barcelona. The referee's had a look. He's blown his whistle for half-time. So a really good half of football, 3 goals and just one separating them.
It's kind of a hard one to call, Peter, isn't it? I mean, from what we've seen so far, both sides have provided ample evidence that they can add more goals, and I'm sure their respective managers have reminded them that the next one will be pretty crucial. So it's going to be interesting to see how the teams come out for the next period.
Well, it's still anyone's game, as both sides have shown they have goals in them. As for the next one, should it arrive, that may have a bigger bearing as to who emerges victorious.
Very little in it, the score, and the finish! It's in! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Well, from right in front of goal, there was no way he was going to miss.
Well, he made it obvious as to where the pass should be played, Peter, and it made the finish look that bit easier.
Colo-Colo, 2 up and into a position of real strength.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about.
It's gone for a throw-in. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Too much on it, and that's the keeper's. Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba goes on an adventurous run. It's found its way to him. Towering header! No, he's got that completely wrong.
Oh, look, I don't want to sound too dismissive, but from here, that looked the harder thing to do.
Played out to the right. Gets away from his opponent. That's good defending, very good defending. They've played it short. Tries a shot! And that would have been game, set and match.
He'll be fuming with himself for not converting. He could have killed it off.
Gets up to head it! And no, he couldn't find the finish. Well, they've seen lots of the ball, trying to go for it a bit of creativity and adventure. A real chance to break. Out to the right. Trying to hoof it away. Puts it back. Hoists it forward. He's played him through. Goalkeeper's ball. Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. And it's Messi. No question, that's a foul. And he is going into that little black book.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
Luis Suarez. Messi goes short. Swung in towards the middle. Well read, he sorted that out. And